What's up, Yup gang? It's your boy Taxon, and welcome back to the new and improved Yup TCG things. As you guys may have seen, we have added on 2 brand new TCGs to the channel. We are now taking on One Piece TCG as well as the new up-and-coming Fusion World. With that being said, guys, I hope you guys are excited for what we are going to be diving into in the new year. With that being said, guys, today's video is going to be round 1 of our Dragon Ball Super Card Game Masters local. This is going to be Trunks and My Future versus Android 16. But before we get into it, guys, I do want to say if you guys want any custom mats and or sleeves, absolutely check out Promats, guys. This is the best place to go get your custom card needs, and if you guys do decide to get a mat from them, make sure you use the promo code YUP to save on your entire order. With that being said, guys, if you guys enjoyed this battle or my content in general, remember to hit all those buttons for me, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you never miss a video. And with that being said, let's turn it around and dive in. Alrighty, you guys, and here we go with round 1, diving headfirst into it. We got Trunks on the left side versus Android 16 on the right. Trunks is starting it off with a charge and then an activation of the leader effect. Going through, playing himself a Mai. This one will either be a top 5 search for a 4 cost or less green sand or Earthling. And then the other Mai will be a draw. So as you can see, that one was the searcher searching out the other Mai. This is actually really good because now that means going into our turn 2, we'll already have 2 tokens established. Which means that we just have to use our leader. Both the Mai's do get dealt with. We just have to use the leader effect in order to get up to 3 and awaken. So with that being said, we're going over to turn 1 on Android 16 side. We're going to see a charge of non-energy exhausted Android 16 due to its skills and the leader. And then we're going to see the discard of Measureless Strength Android 18, top 5 searching for, I believe, a 5 cost or less Android. Hitting the Speedy Substitution, probably one of the best turn 1s here. More than likely going to play that out and go search for his secret rare as well. Right here, we were having a discussion about Yu-Gi-Oh! And just how basically searchers search out searchers, and as you can see, he did a Measureless 18, which searched out his 18, and 18's now searching, and we were just making a Yu-Gi-Oh! Joke and just talking about how you basically just do your entire deck worth of stuff on your first turn. Anyways, we're cruising. His search hit himself a super combo, a great hit for him. He's swinging in with his leader, gets his effects, he combos as well, getting his 1 Z energy to start off what the deck wants to do. And then he's going to pass over to turn 2 for Trunks and Mai. Trunks and Mai charging himself energy. And then we're going to activate the effect of both of those Mai's going up to 4. We're going to activate the Elite effect, pitching a Saiyan to play a Mai. This one's the top 5 searcher. Once we're done shuffling here, we're going to be able to search. More than likely, like, this searcher is really great because it just hits Paragus. So, like, more than likely, if you're playing out that top 5 searcher, you're doing so because you want to find a Paragus. But with that being said, we didn't find a Paragus. We did find the 4-drop Goku. This guy knocks 2 markers off of a unison and draws a card if you rest a token when you attack with it. Here we're going 1 energy for the Vegeta because we have 3 or more tokens. It reduces down to a 1-drop. We do see the Awaken from the leader. Untap 1, draw 1, go down to 6 as long as we have 3 or more Earthling tokens in play. We're swinging with the Vegeta. Vegeta will combo the Mai. Auto with the Vegeta, though, will rest down one of the tokens. In case you guys can't notice, the upright one is the total tokens in play, and then the rest mode one with the marker on it is how many of those total tokens are in rest mode. So with that being said, the Vegeta rested one of those tokens of the total 4. Swinging in with the leader. Playing out the Searcher Mai from the drop area, finding a Paragus, and then triggering the field spell there in order to draw an extra card. Very solid, comboing that Mai at the same time in order to start generating some Z energy. And here it's looking like we're going to pay 1 to go into Trunks. Trunks is going to swing. He's going to rest one of those tokens and draw a card. As you see, we got 2 tokens in rest mode now, 4 total in play. So turn 2 here for Android 16, pretty standard generic stuff if you've ever seen this deck in action. It plays out just Dr. Gero, it awakens its leader, and then it's going to normally pay 2 in order to play the 21 out from underneath the Gero that is Z-Stag to ramp and get rid of a battle card of some sort. So it does look like we do so, paying 1 for the Android 21, ramping himself a Cell from the top of the deck. That's probably one of the best ramps from top deck that you could possibly see. So with that being said, he did get rid of the Trunks. The Trunks is good because it's a natural draw card, 20k attacker. For 1 energy, it's pretty solid. It is no protection though, so very easy to get rid of as well as respond to it, being that it's a 15k 1-drop. So it looks like we're debating on whether or not it's worth comboing out. So it looks like we do combo out to save the Vegeta there. More than likely did so because we were debating on if he was going to swing with his blocker or not. It looks like he chose not to. So we're going to see what Trunks decides to do here. Starting off with the activation of one of those Mais. They are both limit 1, so you can only do those effects once per those cards, once per the top 5, and then once for the draw. So out comes a rested token when we swing with Vegeta, drawing a card, and then resting something, KOing a 5 cost or less, getting rid of that Android 21 card. Pretty solid there. We're going to combo the Mai. He's going to combo himself a super combo and a Senzu Bean here. He's going to a decently high number, more than likely getting these 2 energy and active so that he can start sitting on his floodgate. We will see the Trunks swinging at the leader, the activation of the leader effect to allow you to play a Android 21 with a specified cost of 2, basically 1 green and 1 blue. So negating the attack, playing out for Android 21 floodgate, popping the Vegeta. Now if you attack, you want to discard and charge a Z energy. Looks like we're going 1 and 1 Z in order to go into the Vegeta. The Vegeta is going to play the Goku, prepping for fusion from the deck. Pretty nice little combo that card can do. If you do end up pitching, like let's say you open that Vegeta or that Goku in your hand, you can pitch it with your frontside leader effect in order to play a Mai, and then later in the game you can play out that Vegeta. The Vegeta gives you the option to play that Goku from the deck or the drop area. So if you haven't triggered your field spell for some odd reason, of course you can play that Vegeta in order to trigger the field spell and draw an extra card. So anyways, we do see the fusion there. Of course, drawing 1 card and getting rid of the Android 21. Looks like we're going to pay 1, play a Mai, and draw an extra card. Just get a little extra filter going. So the turn will be passed, 6 life, 1 energy in active mode. Going into turn 3 for Android 16, what is on 4 energy because of his ramp. So we see the discard of Measureless Strength going through the top 5, grabbing ourselves a 4-costed Android 16 card. That's us talking about that Android 16 is very good for this deck because, in case you guys do not know, Android 16's front side of the leader ignores energy exhaust on all your androids, or all your scientists and Android 16s on the front side. And then once you awaken, you lose that effect. So having access to cards like that Android 16 that he just charged this turn allows you to keep charging your blue or your multicolored cards without having to let them go into your energy in rust mode, causing your deck to play a little bit behind. So having the extra non-energy exhausted cards is great. Swinging in with the leader, it looks like he's swinging at the rested token, getting rid of that, bringing the total token count down to 5. So it looks like he does pass with 3 standing energy. This is a dead giveaway that we're more than likely going to get floodgated on this turn. You can always expect things like that 21 due to the Android 16 leader effect, as well as the arrival Android 16 that goes through the deck and grabs the 21 to play it. So either way, the floodgate effect will be live depending on whatever route he decides to get that card into play with. So we do get to swing with the 20 double strike. He does get his combo, he does get the bean. And of course, like I was just saying a couple seconds ago, here goes the Steadfast 16. This is a big 7-drop. What he does is he goes through the deck, grabs a 5 cost or less Android card, or Android 21 possibly, and adds it to the hand. And then you get to choose an Android 21 in your hand and then play it. I believe it has to be a 5 cost or less. This card was originally printed for the burn damage route Android 21 back in set 8. But this card works phenomenally with the newer Android 21 stuff because, of course, we can arrive out our floodgates from the deck without actually having to draw into it, which is just very good. It does cost a little bit more, but it is definitely something we can do. So it looks like we're going 2 to go into Goku. We're pitching and popping in order to get the attack through. We're getting rid of the Android 16. It looks like we did get negated there with the homicidal clone token. We swing with the leader as well, triggering the draws on the Mai as well as the leader effect. I do apologize if you guys can hear my daughter in the background. She is being a little feisty with her mother at the moment. Anyways, it looks like Trunks is taking a second to dive into the Z deck, looking at what his options are. He does got 2 extra energy, so it looks like he goes 1 and 1 to go into the Broly, popping himself a Mai. He's going to go ahead and use the activate to get rid of a token as well in order to pop the Android 21. Going into Android 16's turn with a clear board is always the best bet, because this deck can get very aggressive really quickly if you do not deal with the board state. As you guys seen what he did last turn, he played the big 7-drop 16 as well as the Android 21. The 7-drop 16 is a double strike, so is the 21, and they're both 25Ks, and the 7-drop 16 also makes you discard 1 on attack. So pair that card with things like the Cooler in the deck, or even the Android, the Frieza 2-cost Z card. That card can be very detrimental in certain matchups, so getting those cards off the field going into this turn is huge for Trunks and Mai. We'll see what Android 16 does to recuperate from that. Like I said, it's a very defensive deck. It's basically the newer Android 21 deck on a green leader. So you can always just imagine a lot of defense. All the floodgates that you would see in normal Android 21, you're probably going to see in this deck, including some generic green ones as well. Like he can, of course, run Dormant on top of the Android 21. So we got a lot of really good cards in the deck. So it looks like he's using the 1 and 1Z to go into Dr. Gero here. He's using the effect to, I believe, bottom an Android, take a life and draw a card. It looks like he's paying a total of 2 more energy here to go into Android 21. He does get to scoop up just absolutely everything. He gets everything but my Z card. He gets all the tokens. So this is a big full reset for Trunks and a big momentum push for Android 16. Of course, getting 2 life back after that play, as well as fully clearing all the tokens and battle cards, is absolutely huge. So we'll see what he decides to do here. He's going 1 for a Searcher. The Searcher, of course, is going to be grabbing out the Android 17 and 18 super combo. So it looks like we're going to swing the 40 duel into the leader. It looks like we do negate, homicidal. And it looks like he lets that dual attacker untap, and then he passes back over to Trunks and Mai. Trunks and Mai on 5 energy now. We'll see what he decides to do. We're going 1 for Kaioken. We're going to force the discard. So he did discard the Android 21 Total Audacity, so that's basically his draw 2 that guy's got, if you guys know what I mean. Paying 1 for the Raditz and then swinging into the leader. It looks like we do get blocked. Just reading over the Android 21 to make sure you can't use the permanent effect through battle, like if you did combo up and let it die, if he can use the effect in order to keep it alive. But that is not the case. You must remove that card by a skill in order to use the permanent. It looks like we're choosing not to combo there. Swinging the 15 crit at the leader. We're going to see what Android 16 decides to do. It looks like we're going to drop a super combo here. We're going to 25 critical. Warping a Dormant. We're going to see a super combo going up to 25 and then comboing the Android 18 to go to 30 to get out of that attack there. We're going 1 energy to go into Mai. Mai is going to top 5 search for any 4 cost or less Saiyan. Out comes the Vegeta. Vegeta pretty good here. Looks like we're going to rest it, add the token, start our token chain back up. Reading over the leader because we do get a 10k boost if there's a total of 10 or more cards in play between you and your opponent. So it looks like we are swinging, waiting for a negate here. It looks like we see no counters. Playing out the Mai, drawing off of her effect and drawing off of the field spell as well. Resting the Mai to add yet another token. Getting our tokens back up and running is definitely huge for Trunks, because getting that board wipe definitely turns off a lot of the cards within the deck. So we'll see what Trunks decides to do here to try to get back ahead of the game and try to get himself back in the winning position, because as of right now, Android 16's big power move last turn definitely put him in a hurting position. So we'll see how Android 16 can come through and if he can manage to make do with what he did here and conceal the dub, or if Trunks and Mai will manage to reestablish and get back on his feet and get going and take this dub from him. So we'll see what he got going here. We're on the 6th energy turn. This is turn 5 for Android 16. We do have 6 total energy, so we could pay 2 for a ramp 21 if we wanted. We could also play out the cell. It looks like we are going for the cell. We're paying a total of 4 energy, one of them being the cell himself. Cell comes down. He of course bottoms every card in the field, so that's absolutely huge. Swinging in with the cell, he gets negated with the uneasing rage. Floodgate does go into effect, and then the effect from cell would trigger, forcing Trunks and Mai to bottom deck 1 card from their hand. So this is a situation where Android 16 is starting to run out a little bit of fuel here. He's got 2 energy up, so he can of course sit on Android 21. It looks like he's choosing to go into the 1-drop searcher instead. More than likely he has yet another super combo in hand, because we have seen him search like 2 or 3 out throughout this game. So he's probably got a super combo as well as maybe a bean in order to get some energy going and using to use his defensive cards. We'll see what Trunks does here going into his turn 6 here. This is becoming a pretty long game. So we'll see what Trunks and Mai decides to do here. Obviously we could do crazy things like the unnegatable big boy. Out comes the Goku, triggering a draw from the Vegeta. This is what I was talking about earlier. If you don't have a Mai or whatever it is, if you don't have the option to set that up, you can of course trigger the draw on that field through that Vegeta. Swinging in, we're going to see a super combo. And it looks like that was it for him to get out of that attack. That's all he needed. So here we do have a little bit of a missequence. We were attempting to swing with the leader. We got negated and we KO'd something. The Android 21 does not actually negate the attack, so we will go ahead and utilize the combo step and put a super combo into play there, just to try to force a little bit of something from Android 16. Definitely kind of have to, in this situation, if we're going to try to push through the Android 21 floodgate, we're definitely going to have to manage at least 1 combo per attack in order to get the Z energy, or keep the Z energy going. So we pop 1 Z and discard 1 card from our hand. We swing with the quad strike Cell. We're going to see if he has what it takes to get out of it, and he does not. It looks like Cell Max is going to be enough to take the game. Trunks and Mai ends up winning this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed this battle. Always remember to hit all those buttons for me, like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you guys next time.